And perfect dodge right before an attack, huh? Let's try it. Okay. You know what, maybe when he shines purple? There it is.
What is that?
Not the dance. That was a misclick on my part. Yeah, alright, everybody, welcome to the Not So Indie Showcase with the Birdman Eye. I said Birdman. This right here should be familiar to a lot of you. It is Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. Now, the last time we covered Rune Factory in the channel was 5, I believe. I believe I have a recording, a video, as a matter of fact, already done, of Rune Factory 3 that I don't think I ever released. But it's in my video backlog for a fact. But that's just how I am. I record stuff and then I get backlogged and then I never release videos. That said, Rune Factory is a very, very fun series. Today we're checking out the Switch 2 release. Oh yeah. You know, I could have done the easy thing and been like, oh, let me get the better performing, more graphically superior PC version that offers mods. And let me tell you, there's already mods for Guardians of Azuma. Some really good mods out there already as well. Unfortunately, I'm playing on the Switch 2, so none of those mods for me. So first things first, we get to choose who we are going to be. And obviously our quote-unquote rival, you know, our Gary Oak, is going to be the person we don't select. I have aspirations of a harem. Therefore, I know I'm going to shock you guys. I will not choose the cute girl. Subaru, is it? Not sure if that works for me, Subaru. You are named after a vehicle, whereas I am a majestic creature. Now keep in mind there's going to be a, you know, story elements as a lot of Rune Factories do. So we'll see how this one treats us here. But I will try to do a little bit of editing to kind of get us into gameplay, because if there's a lot of story in an entire video story, well, you won't see any of the gameplay, you know what I'm saying? I kneel, Michael Bay. Okay, so we're going to jump forward here a little bit. We have awoken here in this temple, it does seem. This is something that I would imagine that we caused when we fell after this fight. It's been a while since that fight, mind you. And I guess we never fixed this roof. Hello. First potential dateable waifu in this game. Alright, we have gotten a bamboo broom. Excellent. So even though we're doing this as a bit of a tutorial, this is actually going to be a big part of the gameplay itself. We are going to have to clean around and, like, you know, make sure that this town is nice and welcoming for potential suitors to come in after we start growing crops and everything. Okay, so we have a little bit of freedom here, but don't be fooled. We don't have complete freedom of farming just yet. But I'm going to make it that we do something other than just speak to NPCs here for a while. I mean, you know, if you've played any Rune Factories, you know how it is. A lot of story exposition early on before you actually get into the farm life and battling and everything. This over here should be breakable. We got ourselves a fletch. That's about it. We don't have any farming tools to start cutting down trees and, like, mining rocks and stones and whatever. Okay, so a lot of story takes place. We meet the village chief. We meet that little girl right there. As you can see, the town's not looking too good, this village. I have a feeling it has to do with the celestial collapse too. Call it a hunch.
この里もかつては人の往来が絶えん場所だったが、今ではこのありさまだ。あの最悪以来、土地も木々も獣も皆痩せ衰えておる。ルーンが失われつつあるんだ。
Starved of runes, but we're a rune factory.
He said it! He said it!
So essentially, she saw a weird animal about. I'm gonna see if we can help her find it.
昨日はこの辺りにいたの。なんか白くてふわふわしてた。
And this is kind of important, so we're not gonna skip over it.
白くてふわふわ。もこもこかな?
So meanwhile, I should mention, since we're in the Switch 2 version, performance is actually good. I mean, does it look impressive like it probably would in the PC? No, not really. It's still the Switch 2. But if I was playing this in the Switch 1, I'd probably be barely struggling to hit 30 and everything, and 30 frames. But everything here right now is actually buttery smooth, surprisingly enough. So hey, good on them. Okay, so essentially the search, if you want to call it that, was a bust. But basically it's served to put the idea in our head that there's apparently some sort of a, woolly creature out there with horns. So, now it's time for us to get some sleep. You don't imagine we'd probably meet this creature when we go to sleep, do you? No.
Get a load of this guy.
Is that it?
起きろ相棒。
Why is it humping my face?
ってば。
Yo, doggy, you gotta buy me dinner before you start thinking about doing that.
やっと目覚めか。
And surprise, surprise, we have met this creature that they spoke of.
君誰? っていうか何?
おいおい、ご挨拶だな。まさか相棒の顔を忘れたのか?
And if you're wondering, Falcon, is that the big giant dragon you were riding at the start?
おいおい、まさか本当に忘れちゃったのか?
You would be right. He's just devoid of powers right now.
But wait!
However, just as luck would have it, he shows up and... now it's looking a bit more ominous suddenly. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. I remember that guy from the start. Half an hour ago. Of cutscenes.
あれは夢に出た黒い竜。
But have no fear. The heroes are here. It actually rhymed too. I'm proud of myself.
見つけた。黒い竜だよ。
Ah, yes. Another potential waifu. Not you, Roger. Sorry. You don't really exhibit much femboy qualities. That ain't gonna work. He's a dragon.
全然聞いてない。弱点のことを教えないと。弱点は確か。角です。角を狙ってください。
Got him. We'll defeat him, but at least we'll get him out of here. And kill some people along the way. Okay. And now we meet these two individuals. One of them's Roger, the other one's Hina. The only one that really matters here. Okay, so as you can see here, our village is even looking worse than it was beforehand, if you thought it was possible. However, now with our friend here, we have this thing called a drum dance. That's not it. That's destroying the thing. And look at this color. So we got to revive a couple of these dead trees around, and that should kick things off for us to finally start. Believe me, we're almost to the gameplay, guys. I kid you not, we're almost there.
なんと。
すっごい。花がこんなに綺麗。
Bravo! Bravo!
Shut up, Roger.
まさか。
All Ooh la la.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, they know what they were doing. They know what they were doing.
私はこの木に宿りし、東の春と学を司る者。なお、春のうららかな日の御事。どうぞ、うららかとお呼びください。
Alright, an hour later. Guess what that means? Oh, it means we get to finally do some farming. Oh god, it took forever. Alright, it is finally time. So, need to get some of this hindrance out of the way. That's the wrong thing. Remember, we're playing with the Nintendo Switch controller here, Falcon, not the X-Bone controller. I'm actually playing with the Switch 1 Pro controller, which works perfectly fine for the Switch 2.
Yes.
So, I mean, are we done really removing stuff? Because it's like, you know, this bothers my OCD, you know? This gotta go. Alright? Got a couple of stones there for that. That's gotta go too. Alright, so it gave us some tiles, right? Let's see about using those bad boys. I believe we could also lock directions. Like that. Perfect. So, we'll place here. Falcon, we said we're playing right. Everything's flipped over. Me and the Switch controller, I've never gotten along. I wouldn't remember. No. Seeds. Turnip seeds. Alright. Thank you. I'll figure it out. Appreciate it. Alright. Turnip will do. Let's lock into place here. A bing. A boom. Turnips. And then watering. What's really neat about watering is going to be have to, like, I don't think worry about going to have to, like, you know, refresh your water supply. You always kind of apparently just have it, so no problem. Thank you. Harvest what we just barely planted. But those over there seem to be just about ready. Now, it's not looking too splendid as you could probably imagine. Remember that little dance that we did to, you know, bring this giant tree back to life? Well, we could use that to, you know, cheat a little bit. Problem is we need rune points for that. Right now we had 7, we're a little bit low. We should have enough. Let's see. Take a drum. And let's see. That's oh, that's not the right button. Hey. And it's time for the no. Get out of here. I'm harvesting. You don't get to speak to me while I harvest. And then we'll go and start dumping some of these off to start selling in the old shipping box here. Now, we did get some more extra seeds, and you know what? We can't let that go to waste. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. 9 exactly, too. And we got 9 tiles here, so that should work splendidly. Shipping shed. Now, we have some meals here that was gifted by Wooly in order to get our rune points back. I think I got this off of, I don't even know where I got that from. But we'll send it off. 45, oh, that's good. Green grass heals 1 rune point. Antidote grows. You know what? I'm not going to be crafting right now more than likely here at this point, so just, and that. I'll keep my RP one so we could, heal and get some rune points back. Now we also have the field recipe, so we could actually create our own tiles. And to create paths, and some rich soil, and red soil as well. So obviously, we can't survive just off of what? 9 tiles, 12 tiles of, turnips? No, we need a lot more. So this feller here gonna help us create some terrain tiles. Fields, we're looking for. 6, let's go. Tile. Tile? Boom. This lock in place thing, by the way, very important. The first time I did this, I wasn't using it, so I was just like all over the place. I was like, God damn it, why is it so hard to, like, you know, choose where I want? No, you gotta make sure that you're locking into place this way, otherwise you will be placing tiles all over the place. And village has now gone up to level 2. And that's the name of the game here. Increasing the level of the village, evicting people who aren't useful. bringing people who are good. Essentially, I just want to make an entire female village harem of very productive workers.
うららかがお前に祝福を授けてくれたんだ。これもうららかに真意が戻ったおかげだな。
Alright, everybody, so right now I'm jumping over to a separate save file that I have. This one is already ready for actual combat. So, this one I think I also have the girl that you could select to start. So, I just jumped over so we could actually get some combat in here. We already saw most of the story introduction. We did some of the farming with the other character. But now here, we could actually get in some combat as well. Been a very long way to get here, but... sorry. Shinzu statue? Jinzu? I'm not really sure, but I just stole that onigiri from her.
大地が枯れちまってる。
And as you can see, the blight is entirely consuming this land. Speaking of which, we need to revitalize as we go. Let's do that here. Now we are using rune points for this. We do have a couple of meals I think that we can actually consume to get those RPs back. And here we have a chest. Alright, yeah, I know. I'm not sure why they make a big deal of this. Alright. Now, combat is something I haven't really done in this game just yet. So we'll see how this plays out. We can lock on. You'd imagine, how do I dodge here? Hello? Oh, don't dance at him. Here we go. I think that's how we dodge. No can do. I think there's also like perfect parries and everything like that. But as I mentioned, I haven't gotten that far. So I'm just winging here at the moment. Like we don't just sweep along the way. And we get an onigiri for that, so that's all good. And here we can do some mining. You guys hang out over there meanwhile I mine, alright? Nice. Oh, here it is, dodge. Yeah, I already figured it out, but thanks. Salt, we can use that to make some more food. And perfect dodge right before an attack, huh? Let's try it. Okay. You know what, maybe when he shines purple? There it is. And that freezes things up for us to do a special attack. Not the dance. That was a misclick on my part playing with the goddamn Switch controller. Huck-a-doodle-doos over there charging at us. And we've leveled up. Alright. Do we have enough points for this? It's cost 3 per, right? Yeah. So at least we're able to get these bad boys here. Oh, this one's already good. But here we can do some wood chopping. What is pretty neat is that you only apparently chop the amount required to not bring down the tree, which is actually very useful. So we have a continual resource of wood. And cherry blossom saplings. Great. I guess we could only craft maybe when we're like in town, safe areas. So at least for now, we'll just have some of the food that we do have. There's also, in case you're wondering, skill trees, obviously. Or not only weapons, which, let's see. Do we have any for this? I think I do. 15. All-purpose XP. 23. Boost max HP, lunge forward. Boost vitality. Sure, we'll take the charge attack. Hold wide and release it to unleash a charge attack. Perfect. Okay, and we have arrived at the abandoned shrine. Do some mining over here. I see a nice red chest here for us, too. More gear? Okay. Any baddies here? Yes. Monster barriers. And upper walls, they won't disappear until you defeat all the boyos. Let's try a new attack. Okay. Maybe that was a bad idea. Charging up in front of these guys. They're down. Maybe now we charge Falcon. There we go. Not bad. Level 3, we have ourselves a chest, and our barrier has been de-erected. No longer erect. What do you have? I guess we'll start wrapping up here. I know it took a while to get to this point, and I would have liked to have shown more, but with all the editing I'm going to have to do for the story to get us to this point, it's going to be a fairly lengthy video as is, so Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This has been Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. All the information down below. I'm playing the Switch 2 version, and you know what? I had my choice of which one to check out, obviously. I wanted to check this one out in particular just because I want to see what the Switch 2 is all about, outside of, just Mario Kart. So it's nice to have a very time-consuming game such as Rune Factory on the Switch 2. And performance-wise, as I mentioned, does it look impressive? Like, it probably would in a PC if you were to max it out and everything. Probably not, but performance-wise, I can't complain. I haven't run into any sort of, hiccups, any sort of, frame drops for the most part. So, I mean, hey, coming from a Switch 1 to a Switch 2, you'll probably definitely see the difference when it comes to this game here, but, that's to be expected. Either way, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. No, you don't, Red Oni. Catch you guys next time.
Yeah.